So if you've been following our channel, you've probably seen that we actually tried to climb Scafell Pike a few days ago. Set off just like this, real nice. We had our camera, we even had our drone. We don't have that with us today. The reason is that it started pouring down rain, like relentless, and we kept going. We were like, no, we're adamant we're going to do it. And we got like a quarter of the way up, right like to the base of the mountain where you start going up, and we were just completely wet through and just decided not to go. So this is our second attempt, and we're adamant that we're going to do it today, no matter what. We have checked the weather to make sure that it's a bit of a better day, but it might rain on the way back, so fingers crossed. So you have to pass through this adorable little farm called Seathwaite Farm in order to get to the main track to Scafell Pike. And Seathwaite Farm is known as the wettest place in England. It gets 140 inches of rain per year, and yeah, I think we agree, wettest place in England. Right. Yeah. It's also interestingly the place where graphite was mined for the very first pencils that were made in the 18th century. So a little bit of history there on your walk. Further down, there's also a Grade 1 heritage listed bridge that we're going to cross over on the way to Styhead Tarn, which is this beautiful little lake up the top before we make our main ascent of Scafell Pike. And before I get all the comments about it, I know it's spelt Scafell, and I know a lot of people call it Scafell, but I have done my research. It is called Scafell, and that's because it comes from Old Norse, where scaw means bald. So Scafell Pike is Bald Mountain. There's actually old maps where it's written Scawfell, and a lot of people think that there was a spelling mistake in the original OS maps when they named the mountain, and because they're so popular it just stuck with the current spelling. There's all these waterfalls coming down off the mountains. It's really, really stunning walking at the bottom of the valley before we go up and just looking up all around us. Yep. Absolutely beautiful. There we go, Stockley Bridge, Grade 1 heritage bridge, and then we are heading all the way up that mountain. Just keep on going. Now that we have crossed the bridge, we are further than we have ever been on the way to Scafell Pike. I only just started the ascent, already ruined. It's got to be interesting. Stunning. Oh, don't fall off. Oh. How's that view?
Pretty amazing.
We are now heading up into the clouds though, so might get a bit cold and wet and windy.
We've been quite warm so far. Like the air's cool, but obviously walking we're warm, but yeah, you can feel like the temperature dropping a bit.
We're nearly halfway up.
Are we actually?
When we get to the Tarn, I think that's halfway up.
Okay.
Or like the midpoint anyway, maybe even heaps further up to Scafell, but
right.
Half point of the walk. We're on the right track. There's a can over there pointing the way to go. Just found this nifty little bridge. Let's go. Styhead Tarn, which is about the halfway point. Just over that ridge is the start of the corridor route that takes us up to Scafell Pike. I think this is a good spot for some water and some nuts just to chill out, have something to eat before we crack on. Right, here we are at the start of the corridor route. There's a stretcher box behind us because people injure themselves on it, so we've got to be careful, and we'll be coming down the other way, a safe way. You ready?
I'm a bit worried because like
everyone else has gone up the other way.
Everyone else has gone up the other way and I'm like, I'm not a professional.
Oh, let's try.
But the guy we met like the other day when we started to do it was like,
he said don't go up and in the wet,
yeah,
but it's fine in the dry.
Yeah.
And so we didn't go the other day when it was wet, and now that it's been dry for 2 days, I think we'll be alright.
Yeah. We'll just take it slow.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. Whew. So I'm not sure if you can see it behind me, but just up the side of that mountain is the corridor route. That's what we're about to do. We're really happy that we turned around the other day, because in thick rain I don't think you'd make it unless you knew where you were going, because there's not really much of a marked path. It's just kind of rocks on the side of the mountain, and then every now and then you kind of see where it should be going. So turning around the other day was a good idea, and I think today we'll be alright. We can see where we're going and it's not that bad. But yeah, don't do it in the rain. Old mate was right. Cairns, which are these big piles of rocks, mark the way, so if you do get lost, hopefully you can see them and know where you're going. How you going?
Good. Not too bad so far. Whoa. Look at this. That's where we're going. I didn't actually notice that, but that is what we're about to climb up. So I'm definitely happy it's a dry day. That's exciting though, like I'm keen.
Let's do it.
It looks fun.
Pull my pants up. So we just took a wrong turn down another path and ended up having to climb like directly up the mountain, and unfortunately a lot of other people saw us do that too, so they've all taken the wrong path as well. And that's in the beautiful clear weather, so it just shows you how easy it is to do. A bit of climbing knowledge and stuff is quite helpful, and I'm really happy we didn't do this in the rain. We're just about up into the clouds now, and we've put our raincoats on because it's getting windy and wet. But from up here we can see the Tarn and we can see Derwentwater, which is really beautiful. I don't know how much higher we've got to go because the peaks are up in the clouds, but it's been stunning so far. I think it's wild. We're up the top of this mountain. It's windy, it's cold, it's wet, and there's sheep up there just munching away. I don't know about you, but I couldn't live up here. So it's just hit 12 o'clock. We were hoping to be at the summit by 12, and we just met a man coming down who told us that we were at 700 meters. So we've got 270 meters elevation to go, which might take some time, and there's a lot of like loose rock that you need to climb up. and we need to get at least that part done before it starts to rain. It's meant to get really bad at 3 o'clock. So the plan now is to just try and get to the summit as fast as possible, because once we're there, the way down on the other side, you might slip over, land on your bum or sprain an ankle or something like that, but you're not going to fall off a cliff like this route here. So race against time at the moment.
That there is what we need to go up. I don't really know how I'm supposed to do that, but let's go.
Alright, we're at the bottom of the scree now. The cannon's going away because this looks quite hairy. Hands and feet type of thing maybe, so we'll switch over to the GoPro if we can, but I don't know how much footage we'll get. Are you ready?
Yes!
Let's do it, give me 5. Go, go, go. I think we found the path again. Whew. Can. Just following the cans. We're officially in the clouds now too. I can see it. There it is. Scafell Pike. Yeah.
Whoa.
Made it to the top.
Woo!
Spin around with me. That plaque there is to commemorate the soldiers who fell in the Great War, World War I, and says that the summit of Scafell was given to the public, to the nation, and to the National Trust in 1919. Heading back down now before it rains.
So I just had to actually say that we're at the top of England's highest mountain.
Top of the highest mountain in England.
Yeah, Jory and Malika. On top of the highest mountain in England.
We did it!
Looking like this.
Woohoo!
Let's go down before we get rained out!
How you going?
Good. It just got sunny. The sun's come out. It's so windy though and cold.
Whoa! It's super bright now that the sun's come out in the cloud. And there's all these like rock building structures around, I guess to break the wind. Can't see anything, but I'm loving life. It is very windy up here. We can't see much because we're in the clouds, but we've decided to stop and have a quick bite to eat to get our energy back a bit before we head back down the mountain. We're going a different route down the mountain that's more safe, past a place called Crag. I think the other one might be Great Crag. So hopefully we're all right, but if we don't get a wriggle on it, it's gonna rain. It's just nice to be in one of these kind of weird like rock structures. I don't know what they are, to just get a little bit out of the wind. What are you eating?
A frittata. Some good protein for a hike. I can't see.
So how was that?
Oh,
Largest mountain, tallest mountain in England.
pretty amazing. Like, when we got to the bottom of the scree, I was like, it's all over. I've walked here and I can't go up there. Like, I can't do that. But it wasn't as bad as it looked. Obviously, like, my legs are shaking and burning and everything, but like it wasn't as like hard or as it looked from the bottom. And you just take it slow and kind of like use your hands and stuff. And some parts up there were kind of easier because you were using your hands. Like easier than further down when you're just walking and your legs are burning. But it's definitely challenging, but all the more worth it when you get up here and you're like, I'm on the top of England's highest mountain in the clouds.
How's the view?
Can't see a lot, but when the clouds like part a little bit, it's incredible. You can see like down through like the valleys and everything. You can see some of the lakes around. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You ready to keep going? Mm-hmm. Let's go.
So now comes the part of the climb that I forget that is my least favourite, but going down is always my least favourite because, like, I don't know, my legs just go to jelly and I'm like, got like the shaky legs and it's like harder to go down. Down we go.
We've just started coming down Scafell Pike. Now we need to go up this one. Give me a break. It's so foggy up here that we nearly went the wrong way again. Luckily they've got cans marking the way like every few meters on this way that we're going back, so we didn't walk off the side of a cliff. Coming down this mountain, there's just all these rocks everywhere. And I feel like we're in Interstellar or something on like some barren alien land. It's pretty surreal, especially with like the clouds blowing over and stuff. It's just absolutely stunning, and like the cans all look like they're something out of Star Wars. Just beautiful. And now that we've come down again, we have to go up another one. Seriously. I feel like we're gonna have to go down and up a few.
I wouldn't mind having a cup of tea, like making a cup of tea and then jumping in the tent with it, just to be cozy for a bit.
Play some card games.
Yeah, after our walk, it'd be nice. So the mountain we've just walked over is Broad Crag, and the one behind me is Great End. We're not going to go up Great End because we're trying to get down before the rain sets in, and so we're heading on down as quick as we can.
It was actually a bit touch and go there. We had to like quickly chuck the camera away and put our raincoats on because it did actually start raining up on Broad Crag. We thought, oh, this is it, but it seems to have cleared up, and actually now that we're coming down, we're getting below the clouds again and things are starting to open up and the views are starting to come back, so starting to turn into quite a nice walk back. Now that we're below the clouds, the view's pretty stunning. You can see the tarns on top of the mountains, and there's this beautiful view of the Derwentwater, which is the lake that we've been camping quite close to. Yeah?
I'm like head to toe in budget like exercise gear, except for my quality Bond socks, but I've got my quality Sports Direct tights, sports bra from Sports Direct, quality raincoat from Mountain Warehouse, quality hiking boots from Aldi. The rest is not hiking yet. Whoa!
We still got up and down the mountain though.
Yeah, I know. Like, I was like, all these people are like so professional. And then I was like, maybe we can't do it. Like, maybe the corridor route is actually like really, really, really hard. Like, you have to like be training and stuff. But you don't. Like, we're of moderate fitness. We're not super fit, but we're not unfit. So I think it's fine.
Oh, look at that view. What did you just do?
I was just looking at the waterfall.
Just found out that all the little waterfalls and stuff that we're following down are actually the River Derwent. They all feed into the River Derwent, which then goes into the Derwentwater Lake. And that's the river that goes past our campsite, which is pretty special. We can see Seathwaite Farm.
Yay!
Home stretch.
Nearly there.
Put my feet up, get a cup of tea.
Woo!
Come on.
I locked him in.
It did start raining a bit, so we put the camera away and just walked all the way home. But we're here now and the rain's cleared up, so we're gonna try and have a nice cup of tea, some nuts or something, and just put our feet up a bit. I'm wrecked. My feet are, I can barely walk.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah, the rain's coming back now. And because we climbed Scafell Pike today, we're going to the Scafell Hotel for dinner as a bit of a celebration.
Should be good.
If you've liked the video, give us a like and subscribe to keep up with our new ones. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye guys, thanks
Bye.
for watching.
How's it feel?
Amazing.